So what do you mean by the third is on the way?
A lovely day, isn't it?
Um, do you mean like the Third Reich is on the way, is on the rise again? You know, like Nazi stuff. Well, it's not that easy. Some of the really a big portion of the voters of the Alternative for Germany are just protest voters. You know, in Germany we have the luxury of having a multi-party system. We have, if you go from extreme right to extreme left, and you just take the bigger and popular parties. You have the NPD, the National Party of Germany. You have the AfD, the Alternative for Germany. Then you have the CDU, oh no, you have the CSU, the Christian, the Christ, the Christian Social Union. That's the Christian Democratic Union, but only in Bavaria. I don't know. They just wanted to get rid of the Social Party of Germany, I think, the SPD, which is the biggest contrahand of the CDU, and so they wanted to feel like a social party and feel like a party that is working for the labours, but they really don't. And they were founded by a really extreme rightish thinker that just wanted to disguise his right-wing politics with kind of conservative politics. But he, there's a famous quote of him where he said, "There has to be no party right beneath, in the right wing beneath us." So they wanted to be the extremist right party, and that's why they also wanted to accomplish to get all the right voters. So yeah, and so you have the CSU, then you have the CDU, the Christian Democratic Union, then you have the FDP, the Free Democratic Union. It's like the Liberal Party, but they're really very well. They're really what we call neoliberalists. Like they're all highly pushing for a free market system and stuff like that. And they have nothing to do with the old liberals that just wanted to have more freedom for the people. They only want freedom. They most of the time want freedom of enterprises. Sometimes they really do try things to protect the data of the people and stuff like that, which is part of the old liberal idea, but it's really a small part. So yeah, then you have the SPD, the Social Democratic Party of Germany. Um, in their early days, because it's the oldest party of Germany, they exist since the 19th century, were forbidden during the Third Reich and stuff like that. Um, they were called the Socialist Party because they really came out of the ideas of Karl Marx. They really liked the ideas of Karl Marx in many ways. Oh, hey, by the way, the sun is rising. Woohoo! Oh, no, 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 no. There will be no. Well, although the alternative for Germany is rising, and it's really depressing to see for me as a as a political left one. I have to admit, they're not that. What do you say? They're not that brutal. They just want to have Germany for the Germans and want to kick out anybody else and don't want to have anyone enter. They think this would be the solution for all the problems, and they want to um, suppress the press. They don't like free press and stuff like that. And yeah, I don't think they want to do World War, although one of their leaders called the Third Reich, what is the direct translation? A bird shit? just a bird shit in history. You know, just a little stain you can overlook and then go on, because there's so many times in history where you can be proud to be a German, like in the in the medieval ages, where we went to the Crusades and leaded most of them, or like in the Renaissance, where we did all the witch hunting and all the pogroms, or in the 19th century, where we started a war against Democrats and did many pogroms. Or at the end of the 19th century, where we forced a war against France just to reunite Germany, or to make it the big state of Prussia, or the First World War, or the Second World War, or when we overlooked when there were so many cruel things in the world, but then pushed our own army to go around and I mean, you know, they are stupid and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so if you move to Germany, I can assure you there will be no problem. Most of the time, when you hear people like the AfD and people like that, they're just talker. They never do things like that. Yes, there's a few, there's a little minority, like in every country, everywhere in the world, which is really nationalistic. They're really nationalists, and some of them are aggressive. Yes, of course. But if you move to the countryside or if you move to the bigger towns, most of the time you will be surrounded by open people. Despite how you're looking, how you're talking, that's no problem. Most of the time, it's no problem. Yes, there are a few sites in Eastern Germany, I have to admit, in the countrysides of Saxony and Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. You know, it's a state in the northeast of Germany. And some parts of Brandenburg. Of course, that it's not that good to live for foreigner. Yes. But most of the parts in Germany, although you have this kind of conservative people that vote for the alternative for Germany, although in most of the in the east part they are really nationalistic and right and stuff like that, you you have nothing to fear. The conservative and left and so open people are way more than 70% of the people. And when I have learned anything about politics, there's one thing from the liberal rights to the extreme lefts that is equal for that you can tell about everyone. They stand against Nazis. Even the CSU, the CDU, the voter of the conservative parties, the voter of the social democratic parties, of the socialistic parties, of course, they're all against Nazis. And they are the majority. You can come here and you don't have to fear anything. Trust me. I have many friends and I have met many people that come from other countries, other parts of the world, with dark skin, with Asian eyes and stuff like that. You can't hide. They have no problem in living here. I know it's not that easy as being a white privileged male man like me. I mean, I know I'm really lucky, man. I mean, I can sit here and talk about all those problems in front of my screen, doing a stream and stuff like that, but oh, you're from Turkey, by the way. That's no problem. That's really no problem at all. I mean, there's that kind of really stupid picture when you think about it for a moment. There was a demonstration, a protest of all of the um, nationalist and right-thinking people in around an area in the east of Germany. And then the leader of that protest went to a Turkish restaurant, which, you know, is filled only with Turks, and he was eating a famous German dish which was invented by Turks in Germany, a döner. The döner kebab, or what they sometimes call it outside of Germany just a kebab, is invented in Germany for what it's not right to call the kebab, just the kebab, an invention of a German Turk, because the kebab is a really old and traditional recipe. But who am I telling that? Sorry. Yeah, telling you about something you really know. Okay, sorry. But yeah, that's no problem, really. That's no problem. Most of the parts in Germany, we really like Turks. I'm living in Berlin. We have quarters of the city that are filled with Turks. That's no problem. If you go to the west of Germany, like you go to North Rhine-Westphalia, where you have the Ruhrpott, which was the old industrial zone of Germany. There are lots of Turks, and there's no problem. Like in Hamburg, in Bavaria, you have so many Turks in Bavaria. I mean, you might know the story about the workers we called to come to Germany and wanted to stay here for a while and then go home after they rebuilt our country. Most of them stayed, and we learned to live with them. I know there were problems with integration, and we did many things wrong. We should have done more to integrate them correctly, but you know, the problems are vanishing from generation to generation, because most of the young Turks in Germany are really more proud of being a German than being a Turk. Sometimes, I have to admit, it's the fault of Erdogan. I'm not a big fan of him. Well, yeah, or let's say I really don't like him. I really don't know why he changed his politics so drastically from his early days. In some ways, I think he changed it really drastically. In some ways, he didn't. Okay. So, anyway, where do you plan to go? Anyway, I mean, Germany is a big country. There are many sites you can go. By the way, yes, I'm still playing Lord of the Rings Online for those who rewatch the stream and think, well, is this a political stream now? Yes, it is, and it always was. If you're able to speak German, look into some of my older and some of my newer German Let's Plays and stuff like that, and you will see, yes, I'm talking about politics from time to time, and I'm really left. I have a really left opinion. So, welcome, my friend. I think it's kind of the right decision. I mean, I know some people might tell you you can't leave, especially if you're against him, because then he has won. But I think that's not true. I mean, look what he's doing at the moment to the country. When I was younger, I was 2 times? Yeah, I was 2 times in Turkey with my mother. I was really I was really young. I think I was about 3 or 4, and my sister was about 1. She was born. She was just born,
I'm
but
sure it's a bother, but I could use your help.
people were so friendly and so nice to us. It was so
Could I
cool.
take a moment of your time?
But and you never had to fear to do anything. Like, I think the troubles were starting What? Okay, okay.
Could I take a
Wait.
moment of your time?
Avoid the rooster. So I take a nest. Oh, sorry. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
Please, stay a moment. I'm sure it's a bother, but I could use your help.
Okay. Ah. Okay. Ah. Now I know. No. Ah. Woohoo! That's not so easy. Ah.
Might I have a word with you?
Yes, thank you very much. Well, maybe we can talk when you are in Germany too, so hey.
Might I trouble you for some
For
help?
everyone else, I will just try to finish these quests. I mean, one of the funny quests. And to you, good night. Sleep well. Okay, 2 eggs. 3 eggs. Okay, yeah, come on. Yes. So I now just have to avoid the rooster. Yes.
Oh, woe is me. Might I trouble you for some help?
Collect the egg basket. Okay.